Alright, I am doing a project on binge drinking and its dangers for a class on public speaking. I'm starting my research on Google, so I will go to google.com, but I'll go to Google Scholar. Since they have more scholarly articles, type in binge drinking and do a Boolean operator and dangers. First article I see is binge drinking and associated health risks, behaviors among high school students, which could be a good article even though it is just targeted at high schoolers. I could narrow my topic down to adolescences or still make it broad. It's written by pediatrics.org, which is a good website it's credible, and it's written by doctors, so it's a good website, good article writers, that they are credible. Um, They do give some statistics. They were more likely than non-drinkers and current drinkers who did not binge drink to report poor school performances and involve in other health risk. I think I'll still look for another article that's just more based off of general. So I think for this class I might have to dwindle it down to like college students. So let me change my parameters one more time. And college students. So now I got health and behavioral consequences of binge drinking in college. It was done by harvard.edu, so but it's outdated, and for health services you don't want a old study, so I need to change it up, maybe go anytime since 2016. Here's binge drinking in and out of college. Let's see what that one is. It's written by a sociologist at Virginia Tech, so it's this is all peer studied. Excessive drinking behavior and common problem, blah, blah, blah. I can't read this one right now. So if I can't read it, I'm going to have to go find one that I can read. This is done by the British Journal of Health Psychology, so you know that it was done at the University of Sheffield, so peer-reviewed study, you know that it's reliable. So they found some stuff that would need to be dumbed down for a public speaking class. The health risk messages to reduce alcohol consumption, and university students may fail due to defensive processing. I don't know if I would use this one though. So maybe maybe using a peer review article wouldn't be the best. So let's just go back to Google and do dangers of binge drinking. The first one you get comes up with Rochester University, which is a very good medical school. And they have a really good article, it seems like. Alcohol use disorder, loss of control, brain development in young youth. I would use this in my speech, so I'll go to bibme.com. Copy the website, MLA, found it from a website, paste it in. Now they say that you need to have an author, but I guess I'll use this medical reviewer. It doesn't say what day it was written on. Which is also kind of what they say not to look for if it doesn't have a day it's written on, but it still has some pretty good information. So create citation, look for something else. Let's see, the cdc.gov is a good information. It has a lot of statistics. I could use that in the introduction of my speech, talk about what binge drinking is. 1 in 6 adults binge drink. Then they have many health problems included: unintentional injuries, intentional injuries, alcohol poisoning, STDs, unintended pregnancies, children born with fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, high blood pressure, stroke, and other cardiovascular diseases. So this is also pretty good. Drinking too much cost the U.S. $249 billion, which is a statistic. They have a reference page on them, so I could go there and get more ones. So I would copy this and do another citation. This also doesn't have an author, but it's by the CDC, so I don't see why using this would be a problem. But this is what I keep on getting told in classes, to not use pages without authors, but it's the cdc.gov. I think they're pretty well known for having good articles about health issues. In my class, I was told I needed a print article, so I need to find one that has a magazine. So I guess maybe if I say and print, see if, I don't know how to do this, maybe magazine article. Let's see, scientific news for students. Let's see if it's been in a magazine. Well, no, it hasn't. But if I click on another, majority booze doesn't always rule. Well, I think Science News is let's see, if I find the About Us. If I click on the About Us, nope, it's an online publication. So I still had to find a print article. That means I might need to go back to the Google Scholar and find one, because that's always going to be a print article. So binge drinking and the risk of suicidal thoughts and plans and attempts, that could be something. They really didn't find anything in their highlights. Binge drinking was not associated with suicidal among adults, so they didn't really find anything. So that was a bad article. Could use this article, binge drinking and the impulsivity and unplanned sexual behaviors. I'm talking about how young kids are promiscuous when they binge drink. Since that's something the CDC had already said, I could just add this on as another citation. And all peer review articles are also in print, so that would fulfill this requirement that my teacher has for us. So I would go back, and since they already have their own citation, I could cite it from there. I wouldn't have to use the bib.me. I could look for some more articles on Google Scholar just to make sure. I could also just look up binge drinking. Binge drinking effects maybe would be another good term to look up. It looks like it's mostly about other stuff, though, not the dangers. So I think dangers would be a better word. See if they have an advanced search. Here we go. Okay. Do I hit stop?